Hi, we've created some boundaries on the left and the right and the bottom. If you remember what the game looked like before, let's just show you what that was, what we're aiming for. So if I click open, I can show you that what we're aiming for, the finished product, is something that looks like this. So we need to now create some boundaries at the bottom of our code. So let's open up my current code, which is what we've got here and what you should have as well. So to create that, I'm going to create another variable. So a little bit tedious this, but don't worry. Sometimes that's what you have to do to create stuff. I'm going to create something called a boundary separator, and it's going to be a smaller rectangle this time. So the x value of this is going to be full width, but times by 0.2. So that should be around 1/5 of the size of the screen. So I want it to be about there. The y value of that should be the full height of the screen. So I want it to be right at the bottom, so that's going to be the full height. The width of that block is going to be just the standard width that we've got, which is full width times 0.05. I think that's a fairly good width that we've been using quite regularly. So now for the height, we're going to do full height times by 0. Let's try 0.2. So that should come up around here, and it should be about that height. So 1/5 of the height is probably around that big, but since the middle of the block is going to be the center point, it's going to come down to around here. So let's save that. Okay, so we've got something, it's way too wide. So I made a mistake here. I've got full width times 0.05, and what I should have 0.5, what I should have is 0.05. So let's change that, and we've got a much smaller one, which is exactly what we want. So we've got one boundary separator here. Let's create a few more of these. So let's create 4 more of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's shift the x value on these by 2 each time. So 2, 4, 6, 8. So that should be 2, 4, 6, 8. Save. We've got those nicely positioned there. So the only other thing to do now is add physics to those. So let's just copy this, paste that in here, and let's put these boundary selectors in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Change the numbers so that each one refers to the number that we've got up here. Hit save, and let's try this out now. See if the circle bounces off of the boundaries. There you go, it fits in, doesn't go past it, so that works pretty well. So the other thing to do is add numbers to this to display text on our screen. The code is slightly different to the new rect and new circle, but you probably guess it's not going to be that dissimilar. Okay, so we'll do that in the next tutorial. Well done for getting this far, and as always, keep playing, keep coding, keep growing.